The United States and China pledged Wednesday to take an ambitious actions to limiting greenhouse gases, aiming to inject fresh momentum into the global fight against climate change. President Obama announced to the world that they would move quickly in cutting the levels of pollution. Now, the United States and China are the top two polluters in the world. And in this plan, he's called this a major milestone in U.S. Chinese relations. The unexpected declaration from the world's two largest polluters was unveiled on the president's trip to China. The U.S. is set a target of reducing emissions of heat-trapping gas by 26% to 28% by 2025, compared to the 2005 levels. That's a sharp increase from earlier in the Obama administration, when he pledged to cut emissions by 17% by 2020. And China, whose emissions are still growing as it builds new coal-fired power plants each and every day, didn't commit to cutting emissions by a specific amount. Rather, they set a target for Chinese emissions to peak by 2030 or earlier, if possible. He also pledged to increase the share of energy that China will derive from sources other than fossil fuels. This is a step in the right direction. Too bad now this has to go back to the United States House, where Democrats will lose control in just under 30 some odd days, 40 days. Senator Barbara Boxer, who is currently the chair of the Environmental and Public Works Committee, said the following: "Now, there is no longer an excuse for Congress to block action. Yet still, the climate deniers are doing everything in their power to deny. Here is what Senator Mitch McConnell said. The unrealistic plan that the president would dump on his successor would ensure high utility rates and far fewer jobs. Republicans have already seemed to be gearing up for what seems to be a fight to the finish when it comes to climate change. And what makes the situation even worse for America here is a new chair of the Environment and Public Works Committee, Inhofe from Oklahoma, is an absolute positive climate denier. The world is not warming. The world does not warm to him. To him, is just spikes, nothing big, nothing to see here. Oh, a polar bear fell into the water. That all happened on accident. Sea level rising, it's because I pissed in it. I mean, that's what he believes, right? Like, this is a guy that is just two sheets to the wind when it comes to climate change. So, America, we'll have to see what happens here. But either way, us here at the Fowler Show will keep you posted. But I gotta tell you, my particular opinion on this one, just a little bit if I could, just for a second, is listen, every president signs treaties and the job of other presidents are to implement it. When Ronald Reagan signed the ABM, Bill Clinton and George Bush had to implement it. That's just how it works.